Welcome back to Henley Baseball on MyBasin.com. The sun is shining here today at Bob Williams Field in the Dalles as we enter our fourth and final day of Riverhawk Spring Break Invitational Baseball Tournament. Today, the 4-1 Henley Hornets play the 1-2 Tilamook Cheesemakers. Looking back at the Cheesemakers season so far, they started off with a loss to Blanchett Catholic, then came here to the Riverhawk Spring Break Invitational Baseball Tournament, where they've gone 1-1 so far. On Tuesday, they beat Sweet Home 13-2 in a 6-inning mercy rule, but lost yesterday 19-7 to Gladstone. The Hornets, on the other hand, have had a great tournament so far. They've started this tournament off on Monday with a 4-1 win against St. Helens. On Tuesday, they beat Philomath 18-2 in 5 innings with 10 runs in the 2nd inning alone. They went on to beat Astoria 14-6 yesterday. So far, we've seen 4 perfect innings and 2 home runs from the Hornets this tournament, and we look for more great play from them today. And now, for today's starting lineups presented by Gary Sheen Country Financial, the nation's #1 life insurance provider. Protect your family and assets today by calling 541-884-1700. All right, we'll start with the visitors today. It's going to be the Tilamook Cheesemakers. Starting off for them is going to be number 5, Aiden Garcia, their center fielder. Then it's going to be number 14, their right fielder, Tyler Larson. Then number 3, playing shortstop, Jacoby Gose. Number 20, playing third base, Josh Mans. Number 12, pitching for them is going to be Kevin Herleman. Number 1, playing second base, Lakota Navarre. Number 4, playing left field, it's going to be Tristan Smith-Evans. Number 23, playing first base for them today, it's Chance Fletcher. And then rounding things off, it's going to be the catcher, number 6, Vincent Maciel. And now for the Hornets, it's going to be number 3, playing center field today, Carson Sims. Number 1, playing shortstop, Connor Shively. Number 11, catching for them, is Jacoby Takini. Number 15, second base, Ian Meyer. Number 14, pitching today is going to be Hayden Poor, but the designated hitter for him today is going to be number 4, Max Price. Next is number 6, our third baseman, Derek Cox. Then number 12, our first baseman, Corbin Hamilton. Number 5, our right fielder, Porter Frost. And then number 2, our left fielder, Ryan Douglas. I'll step aside for a quick break while we warm things up here, and I'll be right back with the top of the first and more Henley baseball on MyBasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back to the Baseball Diamond here at Bob Williams Field. This is Henley Baseball on MyBasin.com. Sun finally starting to make an appearance here. I'm getting a little bit warm in the press box, which isn't something that I thought I would say here in the beginning of baseball season in spring. But here we are in the Dalles for spring break. Hayden Poor on the mound for the Hornets today. Leading things off for the Tilamook Cheesemakers, it's going to be number 5, Aiden Garcia, up to bat.
So lead off top inning for the Cheesemakers, the center fielder, junior number 5, Aiden Garcia.
All right, top of the first. Strike 1. Hayden Poor starts things off well for the Hornets. Count now 0-1. Strike 2. Count now 0-2. Garcia has to battle back here. Got to make some contact. Strike three. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Hayden Poor. And Garcia will head back to the dugout. Coming now to the plate for the Tilamook Cheesemakers, it's going to be number 14, Tyler Larson. Poor comes set. Fires. Larson fouls that one off. 4 strikes in a row for Hayden Poor. Poor comes set, throws one just a little bit outside. He's working against the lefty, Tyler Larson. Larson plays center field for the Cheesemakers. He'll foul that one off. Count now 1-2. Poor throws an off-speed pitch. Larson's able to foul that one off. He'll stay alive. Count stays 1-2. Larson throws that one just a little bit too low. Count now 2-2, 1 out. Poor has a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room here. You can get a little bit crafty working against Larson there. Strike 3. Got him swinging. So 2 up, 2 down for the Hornets, and that's 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Hayden Poor. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, it's going to be number 3, their shortstop, Jacoby Goss. Poor throws a nasty pitch. Count now 0-1. Great pitch to freeze him up on that one. Like I said, 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Hayden Poor so far this inning. He's starting things off well for the Hornets. And there he goes up in the count. Now 0-2 after a foul ball from Goss. Another foul ball to the same spot. Hitting it a little bit towards Henley's dugout there on the third base foul line. Count stays 0-2, 2 outs. Poor throws that one just a little bit outside. Count now 1-2. Nobody's been able to get on base so far for the Cheesemakers. This one's hit well into center field, but it's caught by Carson Sims. So 3 up, 3 down, a perfect inning for the Hornets. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first as the Hornets come up to the plate. For more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, and or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our like honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com, or check us on an Instagram, shoot us a message.
Welcome back to Bob Williams Field here for Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. The Hornets were able to go 3 up, 3 down last inning with great pitching from Hayden Poore. He struck out the first 2, and then a pop fly to Carson Sims in center field made up for the 3rd out. So the first 3 up to bat for the Hornets will be number 3, the center fielder Carson Sims, number 1, the shortstop Connor Shively, and number 11, the catcher Jacoby Tacchini.
Now, the Hornets junior, the center fielder, number 3, Carson Sims.
On the mound for the Tilamook Cheesemakers, number 12, Kevin Hurleman. So Hurleman looking to work against Sims here. First ball in the dirt. Count 1-0. You know, playing this early in the morning, it's worth mentioning that facing east, excuse me, the sun could get in the batter's eyes just a little bit here. That'll be the first strike for Carson Sims. Count now 1-1. Strike 2. Count now 1-2. Sims has to battle back here. He's got to make some contact. There'll be a ball outside. Count 2-2. You know, so far this tournament, these umps have loved that outside third of the plate. Sims hits one hard into center field. It's up, and it's caught. Like we talked about earlier, these Hornets, they're able to get a bat on the ball. Most of the time, their problem so far is hitting it into the wrong spot. Next up to bat for the Hornets, it's going to be number 1, their shortstop, Connor Shively. Shively takes the first one outside. Strike 1. Count now 1-1, 1 out. Shively a little bit back in the batter's box, letting the pitch develop a little bit before he's able to put a bat on the ball. Count now 1-2. The infield back a little bit. Wild pitch on the outside. Catcher's not able to get a glove on that one. That was number 14, Tyler Larson. Strike 3. Connor Shively struck out. 2 outs now on the field. 2 up, 2 down for the Cheesemakers. We're starting things off defensively today. I mean, like I said before, that sun is just right there. Strike 1. Count now 0-1. Jacoby Tacchini at the plate for the Hornets. He's our catcher. Swinging strike there for the second pitch. Count now 0-2. So, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the bottom of the first. Great pitching so far from number 12, Kevin Hurleman. That'll be the first ball of this at bat. Count now 1-2. Strike three. 3 up, 3 down for the Cheesemakers. And we'll be right back with more Henley baseball as they take the field for the top of the second inning. This is Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Welcome back to Hornet Baseball on mybasin.com. The Hornets' last inning, at the top of the inning, they were able to go 3 up, 3 down with great pitching from Hayden Poor and a fly out to center field. Then it was their turn up to bat, and they also went 3 up, 3 down. Great pitching from Kevin Hurleman on the mound for the Tilamook Cheesemakers. So the Cheesemakers will be up to bat next as the Hornets are on the field. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers is going to be number 20, Josh Mans. Mans, a right-handed batter, situated a little bit back in the box. Hayden Poor on the mound. He likes to pitch with a closed stance. He'll pitch one right into the other batter's box. That'll be ball 1. Count now 1-0. Poor fires one, and Mans hits one just foul right over the third baseman's head there. Derek Cox tried to catch it, but landed foul. That'll be the first strike of this at bat. Count now 1-1. Hayden Poor comes set. Fires one in right over the plate. Boy, that was a meatball. Count now 1-2. So neither team has been able to get on base, much less get a hit. Poor. Another ball. Count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Mans in the right-handed batter's box. Checks his swing as Hayden Poor's pitch hit the dirt. Count now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, no outs. Hayden Poor gets him swinging. That'll be the first out of this inning. Here we go. So, excellent pitching from Hayden Poor so far today. He has 3 strikeouts, and 4 batters have been up to the plate. Next up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers is going to be the pitcher, number 12, Kevin Hurleman. Hayden Poor will throw a ball there. Hurleman, right-handed. He's snug up to the plate. Grounded just a little bit. Poor throws one inside, catches the inside third of the plate. Count now 1-1. Poor throws one just off the plate. You know, they always tell you to crowd the plate your first at bat. At least they did when I was playing. Sometimes it'll make the pitcher a little bit unnerved. Poor there. Throws a wild ball. Count now 3-1. Poor's got to throw a strike here. Hurleman can afford to be a little bit picky. Ball 4, take your base. So Hurleman is the first player for the Cheesemakers to reach first base. He'll do it on a walk. 1 out, man at first. Next up to the plate for the Cheesemakers is going to be number 1, their second baseman, Lakota Navarre. Navarre up to bat. Hayden Poor on the mound. Poor fires. Navarre's able to get a hold of that one. He'll hit it foul, and it'll land near the stands. So the count will be now 0-1. One out, man at first. Poor comes set in a closed stance. He'll fire into the other batter's box. Great catching from Takini. Did not let Hurleman steal second. So Hurleman will stay at first. The count now 1-1. So number 1's at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Man at first. Pickoff attempt from Poor. No good. Hurleman's back in time. In the plate, in the batter's box is still Navarre. Count 1-1. Count now 1-2. Navarre backed up into the back of the batter's box. Looks like he wants a little bit of extra time. Poor throws into the dirt. Count now 2-2. Poor comes set, fires, and it's another strikeout for Hayden Poor. That's 5 on the game so far, and it's only the top of the 5th. Or top of the 2nd, excuse me. All right. So 2 outs, man at first. Up to the plate for the Cheesemakers, it's Tristan Smith-Evans. Evans plays left field for the Cheesemakers. He'll hit one right up the middle. It's caught by the shortstop. Thrown first. And the throw is just a little bit off the mark. Corbin Hamilton had to step off of first to catch that one. So Smith-Evans will reach first and be safe. So there's still 2 outs there. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 2nd inning. Up to the plate now for the Cheesemakers. It's number 23, Chance Fletcher. Fletcher in a tall batter's stance. He'll swing at the first strike. Count now 0-1. Poor comes set, fires. Fletcher fouls that one off into the right side of the field there, right side of the netting. Count 0-2. Poor comes set, fires home to Keeney. Tries to pick off the runner there at first, Smith-Evans. It reached Hamilton in time, but Hamilton's not able to apply the tag before Smith Evans gets back. So 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fletcher up to the plate for Tilamook. Oh no! Poor tried to fire back to second, get that man in a pickle, but he overthrew the second baseman, Ian Meyer. So on an error, Hurleman will score. Score now 1-0. Tillamook leads Henley. So Hayden, with great pitching all morning, overthrows Meyer, and Tillamook scores. So we've got a runner in scoring position. Count 2-2 as Poor is working against Fletcher there in the batter's box. Poor fires. Fletcher fouls one off into the parking lot behind us there. Still got a runner on third. He's taking an ambitious lead. Poor comes set, fires home. Got him. Strike 3. So 5 strikeouts and 6 outs for Hayden Poor. But he did commit the error that allowed Tillamook to score. Tillamook leads 1-0 against Henley. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second inning as Henley comes up to the plate. For Henley Baseball on MyBasin.com, back after this.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
Monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Welcome back to Henley Baseball on MyBasin.com. We're now in the bottom of the second inning as the Hornets allowed one run from the Cheesemakers. Hayden Poor has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings so far. Up to bat now for the Hornets, number 15, Ian Meyer. Strike 1. So that'll be ball 1. Count now 1-1. Meyer close to the plate, up in the batter's box. A right-hander will take ball 2, just a little bit inside. Count now 2-1. Meyer hits one to the second baseman. Textbook ground out there for Tillamook. So that'll mark the first out of the bottom of the second. Next up to bat for the Hornets, number 4, Max Price. Price is the designated hitter in for the pitcher, Hayden Poor. Price will look at that one go by. Count 1-0. Ball outside. Good eye. Infield shifted back just a little bit. Price watches that one go by. That's a strike down the middle. Count now 0-1. Or count now 1-1. Excuse me. Price back in the batter's box. He'll take a swing. hits a line drive straight to the shortstop. Boy, the shortstop didn't even have to move his feet for that one.
Derek Cox.
It's like he was throwing it to him or something. Next up to the plate for the Hornets, it's the third baseman, number 6, Derek Cox. Cox won't swing at that one. 2 outs. No Hornet has made it onto the base path so far this game. Great pitching from Herleman. Price watches that one, a ball low. Count now 2-0. Herleman sets his feet. He'll fire. Price taking that strike. Count on 2-1. Price is up in the batter's box, close to the plate. He wants something. He'll foul that one off. Count 2-2. The infield is shifted back a little bit. Outfield playing deep. They're looking from a big hit from Max Price. Price hits one short to the third baseman. He'll beat it out. An error at first allows that ball to go past. Price becomes the first Hornet to get on base this game.
Junior number 12, Corbin Hamilton.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, the first baseman, number 12, Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton batting in the 7 spot this game. 2 outs. A pass ball allows Max Price to reach second. No, excuse me, that's Derek Cox. So Cox reaches second standing up. Corbin Hamilton. Snug to the plate in the right-handed batter's box. Loads. Watches that strike go by. Count now 1-1. Derek Cox still on second base there. Strike 2. Hamilton watches another strike fly by. Count 1-2, 2 outs. He's got to battle back here. You don't want to leave Derek Cox on the base path. First Hornet to make it there. Hamilton fouls one off into the parking lot. You've got to battle back here. So both teams have 1 hit now. 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hamilton watches that one in the other batter's box. Good eye. Count now 2-2. Herleman looks back at Cox, sets his feet, fires. It's in the ground. It'll get past the catcher, and Cox reaches third standing up. We've got a man in prime scoring position here as Corbin Hamilton looks to make something happen. It's a full count.
I didn't really trust you, so I tried to sprint up the stairs.
Herleman fires. Corbin Hamilton gets a piece of it. Just tips it off his bat behind him. Count 3-2. 2 outs, full count. Man in scoring position for the Hornets. This could be the run that ties things up if Hamilton can place a ball well. Hurleman unbothered by the man at third. Fires one home. That's a strikeout. So Hurleman in 2 innings has 5 strikeouts. We'll be right back with the top of the third as the Hornets will take the field. This is Henley Baseball on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Welcome back to Hornet Baseball on mybasin.com. The Hornets trail 0-1. We left Derek Cox on third base in the bottom of the second. Couldn't bring him home. He was the first Hornet to get on base this game. It's been a very defensive game so far with excellent pitching from both sides. On the mound for you there is Hayden Poor for the Hornets. Up to bat right now for Tilamook Cheesemakers is Vincent Maciel. And he'll hit a single in the gap. So the Cheesemakers now have 2 hits.
A junior playing center field, number 5, Aiden Garcia.
Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, top of the lineup, number 5, Aiden Garcia. So here at the top of the third, no outs, Poor on the mound for the Hornets. We've got the runner trying to steal. Takini fired to second base. Meyer not able to apply the tag in time. So Maciel will take second. Count now 0-1. Poor fires just a little bit outside. Count now 1-1. Garcia is up in the box. He's snug to the plate. Poor comes set, looks Maciel back, fires, and that'll be ball 2. Count now 2-1, no outs. Poor comes set. Throws. Foul ball. Count now 2-2. Poor has 2 pitches to work with here. Going against Garcia. Poor throws one just a little bit high. It's fouled off. Garcia staying alive in the batter's box. Count 2-2 here at the top of the third. No outs. Man at second. Poor sets his feet. Throws one high and inside. Full count now. Garcia in a short stance. Poor will throw one just a little bit too high. We've got runners on first and second for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Still no outs for the Hornets. Next up to bat, number 14, Tyler Larson. Things are heating up here in the Dalles as the sun comes out. Feels like 51 degrees out here. Hayden Poor will throw one into the other batter's box. We'll have Takini go out there, talk things over with him. Poor working against the lefty Larson. So now we've got runners on first and second. No, 1 ball, no strikes. Poor comes set. He'll fire. Strike one. Count now 1-1. Runners on first and second. Larson is back in the box. He's got kind of a closed batting stance there. He'll be hit by the pitch. So he'll take his base. Bases are now loaded. 0 outs.
Stepping up to the box for the Cheesemakers, a senior, the shortstop wearing number 3, Jacoby Goss.
Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, number 3, Jacoby Goss. Goss plays shortstop for the Cheesemakers. As a ball sails over his head. Good catching from Takini. Poor on the mound still. Count now 1-0. No outs. Runners on first, second, and third. A ground ball hit hard. A force out at home. Great catch by Takini with that wild throw from Derek Cox. So 1 out. No one's been able to score yet. Well, no one for Tilamook has been able to score yet. That force out at home got him. Next up to bat, number 20, Josh Mans. Mans plays third base for the Cheesemakers. He's standing a little bit back in the box, knees bent. And that'll be a ball high. Count 1-0, 1 out. Cheesemakers lead 1-0. Mans hits one to shortstop. It'll go by the glove of Shively. 2 will come in for the Cheesemakers. Cheesemakers now lead 3-0 against the Henley Hornets.
Now it's back to Cheesemakers. The pitcher, number 12, Kevin Hurleman.
So now we've got runners on first and second. The Cheesemakers lead 3-0. Up to the plate now for the Cheesemakers, number 12, the pitcher, Kevin Hurleman. Hurleman's hitting in the 5 spot here for Tillamook. Hayden Poor throws one into the dirt. Count now 1-0. Strike one. Great moving pitch there from Hayden Poor. Gets him. Count 1-1. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Poor throws one just a bit outside. Count now 2-1. 1 out. Poor fires. Hurleman hits one to third. It'll be a tag out. Corbin Hamilton had to step off the base, but it doesn't matter. He'll tag him out anyways. 2 outs now. Playing a little bit of damage control is Henley. next up to the plate for the Cheesemakers. It's going to be number 1, Lakota Navarre. Navarre plays second base for the Cheesemakers. Poor will come set at the mound. Navarre way back in the batter's box. Strike 1. So now we've got runners on second and third. Poor comes set. He'll fire home. Great catching from Takini, who looks back. The runner on third. Count 1-1, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Poor on the mound for the Hornets. Navarre up for the Cheesemakers. That'll be strike 2, who's fouled off. Navarre has to stay alive here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Poor ahead in the count. Got him. Strike 3. So Henley did play a little bit of damage control after allowing Tilamook 2 runs. Score now 3-0. The Cheesemakers ahead of the Hornets. I'll be right back with more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Welcome to the bottom of the third inning here in the fourth and final day of the Riverhawk Baseball Spring Break Invitational here in the Dells. The Hornets trail the Tillamook Cheesemakers 3-0. So the Hornets have to make up something here. Up to the plate for the Hornets is going to be number 5, Porter Frost.
The Hornets, the right fielder, junior, wearing number 5, Porter Frost.
So 3-0. Great pitching so far from Herleman. He's going to continue to be on the mound for the Cheesemakers. It's not often that we get to the third inning and the Hornets haven't been through their lineup yet. That'll be the first strike as Porter swings on that pitch. Strike 2. Porter with a swing and a miss. You know, I said yesterday that I would hate to be pitching against these Hornets, but Herleman has done a great job, all things considered. 3 strikes and a strikeout for Porter Frost. Next up to the plate is number 2, Ryan Douglas.
Senior, wearing number 2, Ryan Douglas.
So 1 out. Douglas up to the plate for the Hornets. Strike 1. He'll take ball 1. Count now 1-1. 1 out. Number 2, Ryan Douglas up to the plate. Herleman working against him. He'll fire. And it's fouled off by Ryan Douglas. Count now 1-2. We've got to get a piece of something here.
This is the easiest thing to do, Parker. It's a microphone, and you say people's names. It's amazing.
Strike 3. And Ryan Douglas will go down swinging. That'll mark the second out here at the bottom of the third. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Tilamook Cheesemakers. Back to the top of the lineup is number 3, Carson Sims. We got to get some momentum going here for the Hornets. Strike 1. You know, the Hornets are 3-0 here at this tournament. They're the favorites heading into this game, but they trail 0-3 as Hurleman sneaks another strike by Carson Sims. Count 0-2. Sun is unforgiving today. No clouds in the sky as far as I can see. Carson Sims hits one short. It's recovered by Hurleman, who throws it to first. That'll be the third out. 3 up, 3 down for Hurleman and the Tilamook Cheesemakers. I'll be right back with the top of the 4th inning as Henley will take the field and hope to play some defense. Stop Tilamook from scoring again. I'll be right back on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Welcome back to Hornet Baseball on mybasin.com. The Cheesemakers lead the Hornets 3-0 here at Bob Williams Field. Hornets are held scoreless so far. Only one person has made it onto the bases, and that was Derek Cox. Great pitching, great defense on either end, as a strike from Hayden Poor makes his way across the plate. Count now 0-1. Poor fires one just a little bit too low. Count now 1-1 here in the top of the 4th. Strike 2. Up to the plate for the Cheesemakers is number 4, Tristan Smith-Evans. Drop third strike. They'll say that, okay, so Takini was able to catch that one, not drop third. It'll just be the third out, or third strike. That'll be the first out for the Hornets. 1 up, 1 down so far. Next up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, number 23, Chance Fletcher. Strike 1. Excellent framing there from the catcher, Jacoby Takini. Fletcher sitting a little bit back in the batter's box. He'll hit one just over the head of Ian Meyer. That'll be a base hit for Chance Fletcher. Next up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, it's going to be number 6, Vincent Maciel. Maciel has his back foot on the back line of the batter's box. He's snug to the plate. Hayden Poor throws ball 1. So now we've got a man on first, 1 out. Count 1-0. Vincent Maciel hits it just into the left gap. That'll be another single for Vincent Maciel. And we'll have runners on first and second.
Up to bat, number 5, the center fielder, Aiden Garcia.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Cheesemakers. It's going to be number 5, their center fielder, Aiden Garcia. Garcia lines up with a narrow batting stance, narrow and tall. He's in the middle of the box. We'll have a quick timeout on the field as Jacoby talking things over with Hayden Poor. We'll have a conference as the pitching coach comes out onto the field. All right, I'll step aside for a quick break as we think about a pitching change here on Bob Williams Field. I'll be right back with the top of the 4th for more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Hunter Glidden will take the mound for the Hornets as the Tillamook Cheesemakers lead them 3-0, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Hunter Glidden. Hunter Glidden is the brother of Ryan Glidden, who played baseball for Klamath Union. He was also in my class in high school. And then last semester, he was in my biology lab, which is kind of interesting. Also, his uncle taught me English in middle school, and his dad taught me math in high school. Lots of Gliddens there in Klamath. He pitched well his last outing here in this tournament. I believe it was Monday, I think. Let's see, Hunter Glidden on the mound. Up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers is number 5, Aiden Garcia.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers, a junior, number 5, Aiden Garcia.
I believe the count should still be 1-0 as Garcia is still up to the plate. Glidden sets his feet. That'll be a strike. Takini will try to throw him out there at second. He's called safe, keeping the Cheesemakers in check. Count now 1-1.
Parker, come here. You're doing first up front of Larson. I have to get short.
Hunter Glidden has no earned runs on the season, has an ERA of 0, of course. I believe this will be his second outing pitching for the Hornets. Count now 2-0. Glidden sets his feet, fires. Strike 2. Count now 2-2. Runners on first and second. He'll look back at the runner at second, set his feet, Fire into the other batters, live in the batter's box. We need Glidden to throw a strike here. Glidden fires. Garcia hits one just over the first baseman's head. No Cheesemaker will score, but that will load the bases. So a nice base hit for Aiden Garcia.
Now batting, Tyler Larson.
Now up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. It's going to be number 14, their right fielder, Tyler Larson. Larson, a lefty. He's standing back in the batter's box. Glidden gets him to go. Count now 1-0. Glidden sets his feet. Fires. Larson goes again. Count now 0-2. 1 out. Bases loaded. Glidden catches the outside third of the plate, strikes him out. 2 outs now on the field. Bases loaded for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Up to the plate now for the Cheesemakers. It's going to be number 3, Jacoby Goss. Goss plays shortstop for them. Goss snug up to the plate. Glidden throws one just a little bit too high. Count now 1-0. Glidden comes set. Base is still loaded. He'll fire, gets him to swing. Count 1-1, 2 outs. Bases loaded as the Cheesemakers lead 3-0. Big situation for Hunter Glidden. Glidden pitches that one just a little bit too low. Count now 2-1. We'll have a little bit of a meeting there on the pitcher's mound as we do find ourselves in a big situation. We've got to come up with a game plan here to get Goss out. Jacoby Goss up to the plate. Count still 2-1. He's back in the batter's box. Glidden fires. Goss makes contact. Pops it up to left field. Sun in his eyes. He'll make the catch anyways. That'll be the 3rd out for the Hornets, and Tillamook will leave 3 stranded on the base paths. I'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th as Henley comes up to bat for Henley Baseball on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back to Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. The Hornets trail 3-0, narrowly get out of the last inning alive as Hunter Glidden able to get 2 outs to stop the Cheesemakers from scoring. The Cheesemakers left 3 stranded on the base paths, and now the Hornets up to bat here, looking to score, maybe close the gap a little bit, chip away at the lead. Up to bat now in the 2-hole for the Hornets. It's going to be number 1. The shortstop, Connor Shively. Shively will watch the first ball go by. Ball 2, high and outside. Shively, the lefty, back in the box, his left foot hitting the back line of the batter's box. A curveball for strike 1. Count 2-1. Excellent pitching so far from Kevin Herleman to stop the Hornets from scoring. Shively hits one hard into center field. It goes right to the center fielder, Aiden Garcia. So that'll be the first out for the Cheesemakers this inning. Boy, Shively got a hold of that ball. Next up to bat, number 19, Jacoby Takini. Takini watches the first ball go by in the other batter's box. Takini pops one up into center field again. Garcia able to get underneath it. So 2 straight pop flies to center field. That'll be 2 outs. You're in the bottom of the 4th. See if we can get a 2-out rally going for the Hornets. Next up to bat, the second baseman, number 15, Ian Meyer. Meyer hits one to the shortstop, and he's thrown out at first. 3 up, 3 down for the Tilamook Cheesemakers. Hornets are finally getting a bat on the ball, but no luck, as great fielding from the Cheesemakers stops them from getting on the base path. We'll be right back with more Henley baseball as we enter the top of the 5th here on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Hi, I'm Jill with Klamath Falls Honda. If you live in Southern Oregon, you know the weather can keep you guessing. 1 minute it can be sunny, and the next, something like this. That's why vehicles like the Honda Ridgeline just make sense. With available all-wheel drive and the capability to handle whatever rolls in, you're ready for it. And customers like Rob are ready too.
Couldn't have picked a better day.
So whether it's sunshine or snow, stop by and say hi. We'll keep you safe on the road.
Welcome back to Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. The Tillamook Cheesemakers lead the Henley Hornets 3-0 here at the top of the 5th. Time is slowly escaping the Hornets as they try to battle back. Hunter Glidden came in last inning to relieve Hayden Poor, and Glidden got us out of a tough situation. There were 2 on the base path when he came in. He was able to get us out of that inning without any runs scored. Now Glidden's still on the mound for the Hornets. For the Cheesemakers, it's going to be number 20, Josh Manns. Manns plays third base for the Cheesemakers. He'll put the bat on the ball immediately, and after Derek Cox and Connor Shively lay out for it, it'll still find the gap. Good effort from the Hornets, but also a good hit from Josh Manns.
I gotta queue up my song, guys.
Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, number 12, Kevin Hurleman. Kevin Hurleman in the back of the batter's box as Hunter Glidden throws ball 1. Hurleman pitched well today as he let that strike go by, count 1-1. No outs, runner on first for the Cheesemakers. Glidden tries to pick off Mans. Mans gets back in time. Count 1-1.
Good, Parker. You knew what I was talking about. That's my favorite one. Holy, the whole Phoenix team just pulled up.
Strike 2. Count now 1-2. As Glidden fires one past Hurleman. It's a pitcher-on-pitcher battle here. Glidden comes set. Fires. Hurleman pops one up to second base. It's dropped. They'll fire to second. And they'll get him out. You know, that's a tough situation for Mans to find himself in. As it's popped up with enough time for the players to get underneath it. But, so it's hard to tell whether you should tag up or whether you should just go for it. In that case, he should have just gone for it, but it was a close call, and so they'll get him out at second as Shively will get the force out. So, 1 out now for the Hornets. Man at second. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, it's Lakota Navarra. Navarra stands in the middle of the batter's box. He's in a closed batting stance here. Hunter Glidden comes set. Glidden fires. Strike 1. Count 0-1. Hurleman tries to take second. Jacoby Takini fires. It's not caught by Ian Meyer. And Hurleman will reach second base. Count now 1-1, 1 out. Number 1 is at bat. Strike 2. As Glidden will get him to swing. Still got a man at second there to worry about. Glidden, unbothered, comes set. Doesn't even look. Fires. And there's a foul ball over the press box. Boy, that was a close one. Count will stay 1-2. 1 out. Navarre still at bat. Glidden just a little bit outside. Count out 2-2. So Glidden has a little bit of wiggle room here. There on the mound. He'll be able to get a little bit crafty working against Navarre. Glidden fires one home. Navarre gets a hold of it. Straight into center field. Carson Sims with his 3rd out of the day. And that'll be the 2nd out of this inning.
Senior number 4, Tristan Smith-Evans.
Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers is going to be number 4, Tristan Smith-Evans. Smith-Evans plays left field for the Cheesemakers. So we've still got a man on second. Glidden on the mound. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Smith-Evans pops one up, and it's caught by Ian Meyer there at second base. So the Hornets escape this inning, not letting Tilamook score. 3-0 your score still as the Hornets come up to bat after this on mybasin.com.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 541-281-2206. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Welcome to the bottom of the 5th inning here in the 4th game of the Riverhawk Baseball Invitational here for spring break. Today we're at Bob Williams Field. The Hornets trail the Cheesemakers 3-0 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Up to bat for the Hornets, it's going to be Max Price. Price watches that one go by. Count now 0-1. Price sitting back in the batter's box. We'll watch that ball go by. Count now 1-1. Hornets have to make something happen soon, but Hurleman and his excellent pitching is keeping the Hornets at bay. Count 1-2. That'll be a ball into the other batter's box. Good eye for Max Price, not reaching for that one. Price has to stay alive. He'll hit anything in and around the zone. Full count now as that one hits the dirt. The infield shifted back a little bit. Strikeout. Hurleman. Another strikeout, and Max Price goes back to the dugout as Derek Cox, the first Henley Hornet to get on the base path this game, comes up to bat.
Derek Cox.
Cox plays third base for the Hornets. He's up on the plate a little bit. He'll fly one up. That'll be foul, and it's caught by the first baseman, Jacoby Goss. So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Cheesemakers, making quick work of these Hornets. Next up to bat for Henley, it's going to be number 12, Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton plays first base. He hit a home run earlier in this tournament. He's had a couple of doubles, couple of singles. So far, nothing been able to happen today against Hurleman. Count now 0-1, 2 outs. Hamilton checks his swing as Hurleman sneaks a ball past him. So high and inside. Strike 2. Curveball from Hurleman. Count 1-2, 2 outs. Corbin Hamilton up to the plate. Ball 2. Count now 2-2, 2 outs. Hamilton sat back in the batter's box. That one just inside. Count now full. Full count, 2 outs. Corbin Hamilton up to the plate. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Hurleman on the mound. He'll come set. Let one go. That'll be Hamilton, who pops one up just past the first baseman. The right fielder not able to get to it in time. That'll be a base hit for Corbin Hamilton. That'll be the second hit of the game for the Hornets. So far this game, the Hornets have more errors than they do hits.
To bat for the Hornets, the junior wearing number 10, Chase Barrett.
Next up to bat for the Hornets, number 10, Chase Barrett. Barrett coming in for Porter Frost. Barrett hits one right in front of right field. It'll be a base hit. Now runners on first and second with 2 outs for the Hornets. Next up to bat is number 2, Ryan Douglas.
Now to bat for the Hornets, the senior wearing number 2, Ryan Douglas.
Douglas steps up to the plate. He'll be situated towards the back of the batter's box in an open batting stance. Runners still on first and second for the Hornets as Hurleman fires one inside. Count now 1-0. A well-placed ball into the outfield could send Corbin Hamilton in to score. Douglas pops one up to center field. That's Garcia who catches it. And that'll mark the 3rd out here at the bottom of the 5th. The Hornets look to come back in the 6th, get 3 outs, and hopefully score after that. We'll be right back for more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
Looking for insurance from someone who truly understands rural Klamath? Meet Gabby Haskins, a licensed agent for Country Financial, born and raised in Merrill, with deep roots in agriculture and the local way of life. Whether you're protecting your family farm, homes, vehicles, businesses, Gabby's here to help. She offers trusted, personalized insurance for farm, life, home, auto, commercial, and retirement needs at Gary Sheen's Country Financial office in Merrill. Stop by today and see why Merrill residents trust one of their own. Country Financial, here to help you experience more in Merrill.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you're aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Welcome to the 6th inning for Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. The Hornets left 2 on the base path last inning. Were held scoreless by the Cheesemakers and Hurleman from the mound. This inning, Hunter Glidden stays on the mound for the Hornets. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers is going to be number 23, Chance Fletcher.
Chance Fletcher.
Fletcher plays center field. No, Chance Fletcher plays first base for the Cheesemakers. First pitch, up and inside. That'll be a ball. Hunter Glidden almost hits him there. Count now 2-0. 2 balls inside. Glidden comes set. Fires one right across the plate. Count out 2-1. Glidden Fires. Did he go? He went. Count now 2-2. Glidden working against Fletcher. Releases one. Strikeout. So Hunter Glidden's able to strike out the first batter here in the top of the sixth.
Now it's about the center fielder. Never mind.
2 outs left, and then they'll have to bat for it. They've got 2 innings left to make up a 3-run lead. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers is number 6, Vincent Maciel. Glidden sticks to their strike by. Count 0-1.
Man, as soon as I said this catcher, he looked at me. So I respect it. If you give me a look, I'll change it. I respect that.
Count 1-1. 1 out. Maciel up to the plate. Glidden still pitching for the Hornets.
Never mind.
Foul ball.
My favorite.
Count now 1-2. Maciel situated towards the back of the batter's box as Glidden fires. Maciel fouls that one back. Stays alive. Count now 1-2. Hunter Glidden pitching well for the Hornets so far. As Maciel hits one foul. Good fielding by Cox to get to that.
Cox can really narrow on saying that he's on the air.
Count now 1-2. 1 out. Maciel still at the plate. He'll have to come back from first base.
I was going to say Cox is really sucking up all the balls over the corner. I can't really say that. Well, I walked right next to him. I was going to say that.
Maciel taking his time there, figuring out his approach against Hunter Glidden. Glidden has started hot. As it's starting to heat up here at Bob Williams Field. The sun is coming out. Makes his first appearance of the tournament for us at least. Right now, 53 degrees. It's a beautiful day to play ball. Hunter Glidden fires in the third ball. Count now full. Full count. 1 out. Glidden's got to throw a strike. Maciel has to hit it. And Maciel will go. 2 outs now for the Hornets. Next up to bat. Back to the top of the lineup for the Tilamook Cheesemakers. It's going to be number 5, Aiden Garcia. Garcia plays center field for the Cheesemakers. The righty there. Glidden fires one just a little bit too high. Count now 1-0. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Hornets. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I heard that one all the way from up here with my headphones on. Glidden plasters him in the back. So he'll take his base. Next up to bat for the Cheesemakers, number 17.
Now to bat for Cheesemakers, a senior, number 17, Peyton Troxel.
It's going to be Peyton Troxel.
Same my sister is. I be telling my sister, hey, you want to go for a ride in the car? Like, you just want to go drive around? She's like, yeah. I'm like, put some shoes on, bro. Quit walking around in your socks.
Glidden high and outside for ball 1. Count 1-0. You got a man at first. 2 outs. Troxel in the batter's box. Crowding the plate a little bit there for the Cheesemakers. Checked his swing. Got him. Count 1-1 now. Runner on first. 2 outs. Glidden throws that one low. Count out 2-1. Troxel will foul that one back into the netting. Count 2-2. Glidden finds himself ahead in the count. Glidden will try and throw Maciel out, or Garcia out at first. No luck. Troxel will take his time here, count 2-2. Glidden getting ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That'll be a ball on the outside there for Hunter Glidden. Full count now, 2 outs, runner on first. Troxel is able to foul that one out into the parking lot there, just up and over the stands. Thought about parking my car there. It's a good thing I didn't. Full count, 2 outs. Strike 3, you're out. So that marks the ending of the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning as the Hornets hope to make up some runs. This is Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. I'll be right back after a quick break.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Walter Hartley welcoming you back to Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. Full count here in the bottom of the 6th. The Hornets trail by 3. They've got to make something happen here. Carson Sims swing and a miss for a strikeout.
Now to the Hornets, the senior shortstop, number 1, Connor Shively.
So that'll mark the first out here at the bottom of the sixth. Next up to bat, number 1, Connor Shively. Shively with a good eye watches that ball go by. Hurleman fires just outside. Shively watches that one go out.
Here, this next kid, Jacoby Takini. Yes, Takini, not Takini, Takini. Takini. If you have problems,
Count now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out.
not Jacoby, another Jacoby.
Strike 1. Count now 3-1, not a bad take for the lefty Shively. Shively is situated towards the back of the batter's box, a little bit away from the plate. He'll foul that one off into the street behind the ballpark there. Count now full. Great job from Hurleman to battle back from that. He was behind in the count, 3-0. Now he'll fire. Shively able to get a hold of that one into left field, and it's caught. So that marks the second out here at the bottom of the sixth. The Hornets have to make something happen as they trail by 3. Next up to bat, number 19, the catcher, Jacoby Takini. Takini in a powerful stance near the back of the batter's box, the righty. Check his swing. That'll be ball 1. Count now 1-0, 2 outs. Strike 1. Count now 1-1, 2 outs. Bottom of the sixth. Strike 2. Count now 1-2. It's been a quick game so far today. It's been pretty defensive. I mean, we have not played for more than 2 hours, and it's already the bottom of the sixth. Takini checks his swing. They'll say he went. Drop third strike. They'll get him out at first. That'll be the third out. Here in the bottom of the sixth, we'll be right back for the top of the seventh and more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Welcome back to Henley Baseball on mybasin.com. We're entering the bottom of the sixth as the Carpenter reign of terror continues. Mark Carpenter, a 4A state player of the year, graduated, but his younger brother, who's a freshman this year, takes the mound for the Hornets. Next three up to bat for the Tilamook Cheesemakers will be number 3, Jacoby Goss, number 20, Josh Manns, and number 12, Kevin Hurleman. So this will be the third pitcher for the Hornets today. The Tillamook Cheesemakers have stuck with Hurleman throughout this whole game. I mean, Hurleman has been lights out for the Cheesemakers. Hornets haven't been able to make anything work against him. Cam Carpenter will throw a ball here to start the top of the 7th. Second pitch is hit hard into center field. It's high and it's caught by Carson Sims. That'll be Sims' third out of the day. There in center field. Next up to bat, number 20, Josh Manns. Manns plays third base for the Cheesemakers. Strike one. Count out 0-1, 1 out. Nobody on base. Carpenter throws one low and outside. Count out 1-1. Ball 2. Count out 2-1. So top of the 7th here. Carpenter fires one in. It's a short ball hit to Ian Meyer. Meyer fires to first, gets him. What a play by Ian Meyer to attack the ball and then throw it sidearm on the run. Also, hats off to Corbin Hamilton, who was able to stretch out for that. Great teamwork from the Hornets. 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. Next up to bat for Tillamook is the man who's terrorized the Hornets all day, number 12, Kevin Hurleman. Count now 1-0. Carpenter fires one in. Hurleman hits one hard to center field, and it's caught. Carson Sims with his 4th out of the day. That'll mark the ending of the top of the 7th. It all comes down to this, folks, as we come back for the Henley Hornets baseball on mybasin.com after this.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
It all comes down to this, folks. The bottom of the 7th inning as the Hornets trail by 3 against the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Cheesemakers still have Hurleman out there pitching for them. Hornets will not catch a break today. They've got to earn their way out of this game. Next 3 up to bat are going to be number 15, Ian Meyer, number 14, number 4, Max Price, and number 6, Derek Cox. Hurleman doing what few pitchers can do against this Hornets team. We'll see if we can get him to reach his pitch count before the end of this bottom of the 7th inning. Hornets have to make something happen.
Now the Hornets is senior, the second baseman, number 15.
Up to bat now, number 15,
Meyer.
the second baseman, Ian Meyer. Meyer made the 2nd out last inning. He'll look at a strike go by there. Hurleman pitches one. Ian hits it to second base. Meyer Meyer gets to first on an error.
Now it's bad. It is a hitter, a
So that'll be a man on first, and the Cheesemakers commit their second error of the game. Next up to bat for the Hornets, number 4, Max Price. Hurleman tries to pick off Ian Meyer. Meyer's able to get back to first on time. Hurleman fires one just low and outside. Price watches that go by. No outs. Ian Meyer on first. Hurleman on the mound for the Cheesemakers. Price, swing and a miss. Count now, 1-2. Price has to stay alive. He'll watch that ball go by. Count now 2-2. Meyer on first. Max Price in the batter's box. He'll foul that one off. Count stays 2-2. Price pops one up. The catcher drops it, loses it in the sun. That's a tough one for the Cheesemakers, but Price is able to stay alive without foul ball. Meyer still on first.
Never try to catch it like this. Always above your head here. Always. Never in the ball. Always above. And the wind here blows differently, so you have to camp in the opposite direction because it'll blow right back to you. Just the way the park's built.
Hurleman comes set, looks back at Ian Meyer. He'll throw it into the other batter's box. Price will stay alive somehow. Still 3-2. Full count here. No outs so far here in the bottom of the 7th. The Hornets have 3 runs to make up. Price gets a hold of that one into left field. It's a line drive and it's caught. Ian Meyer was not tagging up. He'll go back to first. Tough break for Max Price, but a great play made by Tilamook's left fielder, Tristan Smith-Evans. Next up to bat for the Hornets, number 6, Derek Cox.
There you go. Walters got it too. Look at that. It's pretty easy.
Hurleman sneaks a strike by Cox. 1 out, runner on first. Hurleman still on the mound for Tillamook. Meyer still on first for the Hornets. Cox, swing and a miss, strike 2. Two outs and this is over. Tillamook wins, unless the Hornets can walk it off. A pass ball allows Ian Meyer to get to second. Maciel has been great for the Cheesemakers all game long, but I mean, that's not that hard to do when you have Hurleman on the mound for you. Meyer, a good lead off of second. No one's keeping him there. Hurleman fires into the other batter's box. Count now 2-2. We'll have a quick timeout on the field. Ian Meyer still there at second for the Hornets. We've got Hurleman talking to to Vincent Maciel. Maciel comes to the back of the plate. Count 2-2. One out. Meyer at second. In the box is Cox. Let's see, pitcher Hurleman taking his time. He'll fire inside. And Cox will be hit on the arm. He'll take his base. Runners now on first and second for the Hornets. Next up to bat for the Hornets, it's going to be number 12, Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton hit a home run earlier this tournament. That'll be a pass ball, allowing Meyer to advance to third and Cox to advance to second. 2 runners in scoring position for Corbin Hamilton. He hit a 2 RBI double a couple games ago. I believe that was last night, actually. We've got a meeting out on the mound. I wonder if Hurleman has met his limit. So we'll talk it over here. So the Hornets still held scoreless here in the bottom of the 7th. They've got to make something happen right now. We'll leave Hurleman out on the mound for the Cheesemakers. 2 men in scoring position for Henley. Corbin Hamilton up to the plate. Corbin Hamilton with an open stance towards the back of the batter's box. Hurleman fires one into the grass. Count now 2-0. Hamilton can afford to be a little bit choosy here. As Hurleman fires one into the other batter's box. Count now 3-0. Men on second and third for the Hornets. Hurleman will walk Corbin Hamilton. Ball 4, take your base. So now the bases are loaded. We've got all 3 scores on the bases. If we can bring them in, Hornets can tie it up. Next up to bat, number 10, Chase Barrett. Barrett, a swing and a miss. Count now 0-1. Barrett's lining up close to the plate. He's all the way back in the batter's box. Right-hander with a little bit of an open stance. Another swing and a miss for Chase Barrett. Count 0-2, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Hornets. Barrett batting in the 8 hole for the Hornets. He'll watch that ball go high and inside. Count 1-2. Strike 3. And Chase Barrett goes down looking. 2 outs, bases loaded. The Hornets down 3 in the bottom of the 7th. It comes down to this. Ryan Douglas has to make something happen here. Batting in the 9 hole for the Hornets. Bottom of the lineup, 2 outs, bases loaded. Hurleman still in the mound for the Tilamook Cheesemakers. Strike one. A nasty curveball gets Ryan Douglas looking. Hurleman collects himself, fires. Ryan Douglas swings, count now 0-2. The Cheesemakers are one strike away from winning this thing 3-0 against the Hornets. Douglas, all the pressure's on him. One strike, Hurleman taking his time. Game on the line. He'll fire. Douglas stays alive. He'll foul one up and over the press box. Oh, boy. With the game on the line, Hurleman sets his feet, fires. Douglas makes contact. He'll hit that one foul as well. Boy, Douglas has seen the ball well right now. Just have to direct it into a hole in the field. An open gap, maybe. We'll have to bring all three players home if we're going to pull this one off. Ball one, high and inside. Good eye. One ball, two strikes, two outs. Bottom of the seventh. Bases loaded. And that'll hit him on the helmet. Douglas gets to first. That'll bring in Ian Meyer to score.
Now back to the top of the lineup for the Henley Hornets.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Henley Hornets. It's going to be number 3, Carson Sims. Boy, Sims has to make something happen here. 3-1. Douglas escapes that situation by getting hit. We're going to have a conference on the mound for Hurleman. We're going to bring in our closer. Oh, boy. That's a tough situation because Hurleman pitched all game long. He just needs one out to finish out this entire game, and he reaches his limit. So they'll have to bring someone else in to finish. What a job, good job he's done so far. We'll be right back for more Hornet baseball on mybasin.com with 2 outs, bases loaded. They trail 3-1. Back after this.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Welcome back to Hornet Baseball on mybasin.com. The Cheesemakers will bring in another pitcher here. It's going to be number 17, Troxel. So let's see here. 17, Peyton Troxel, the senior, taking the mound. He only needs 1 out to defeat the Hornets. Ryan Douglas got hit by the pitch, so he got sent to first, and that walked in Ian Meyer before this. before we start again, I just want to say hats off to Kevin Hurleman. He really pitched well for the Cheesemakers today, kept the Hornets at bay. Not something a lot of pitchers can say. But now it's Peyton Troxell's time on the mound. Carson Sims up to bat for the Hornets. He'll get a good crack at that one, hitting it to left field. It'll drop just before the left fielder can get to it. We'll go for... and Carson will hit in 2 players. Oh, boy. 3-3, the Hornets tie it up. Let's see if they can walk this one off. They've got 2 on the base path. Carson Sims at second. And a player at third. That's Ryan Douglas at third. Next up to bat, Connor Shively. The fate of the game rests on his shoulders. Can he walk it off? Connor Shively, the lefty, sitting back in the box, watches the first ball go by. What a hit. What a time to get a base hit for Carson Sims. He just finds the gap. First pitch. Tied up the game. Shively. Good swing. Hits it oppo. Pops it up into left field, and it's caught. That'll end the inning, but we'll go into extra here on mybasin.com as both teams are tied 3-3. Back after this.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Walter Hartley welcoming you back to Bob Williams Field here in the Dalles as the Hornets have tied it up in the bottom of the 7th. They were trailing by 3 since the 3rd inning. They got it done last inning off of a 2 RBI double, from Carson Sims. Oh man, that was big time from Sims, but Shively flew out to left field to end the inning. Now we're going into extras here at the top of the 8th. Next up to bat for Tilamook, it's going to be number 1, Lakota Navarre. Carpenter gets him swinging. Strike 1. Carpenter fires, gets him to swing again. Count now 0-2.
Alright, watch this. You guys better see my insane strikeout calls.
Carpenter fires one just a little bit too low. That'll be a ball. And good eye for Navarre. Navarre gets a piece of that one. He'll pop it up, and it's caught by shortstop Connor Shively. So a great catch for Shively, and the Hornets stay alive. 1 out now. Next up to bat, Tristan Smith Evans. Evans tries to bunt it down the first base line. It'll fall foul. Count 0-1.
Oh my god, that's so dirty. Yeah, it's like break my neck.
Carpenter still on the mound for the Hornets. It's hit down the first base line by Navarre, and Corbin Hamilton with an easy tag at first base. 2 outs for the Hornets. 3-3, all tied up in extra innings. Next up to bat for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, it's number 23, Chance Fletcher. Carpenter throws one into the other batter's box. That one's hit back towards him. Fletcher with a great hit into the gap. Still 2 outs. Now we've got a runner on first. Carpenter still on the mound for the Hornets. Next up to bat, number 6, Vincent Maciel. Maciel plays right field for the Cheesemakers. Excuse me, Maciel plays catcher for the Cheesemakers. Carpenter just a bit outside. Count now 1-0. 2 outs. Count now 2-0. 2 outs. Carpenter still on the mound. Collects himself. He'll fire. And that's not called a strike. I think it was a little bit off the plate. Count 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Carpenter, you can afford to walk him. You just don't want to give up a hit. And he will walk him. So runners on first and second now. 2 outs still. Next up to bat, number 5, back to the top of the lineup. It's going to be Aiden Garcia. Jacoby Tacchini out there talking it over with Cam Carpenter. We'll have a courtesy runner in for Fletcher. They're at second base. Carpenter looks back to second, collects himself on the mound, throws, strike one. Great framing from Jacoby Tacchini behind the plate for Henley. Carpenter a little bit high and outside. Garcia still at the plate for the Cheesemakers. Ball in the dirt. Tacchini's able to get a hold of it, not allow any runners to advance. So our runners stay on first and second. 2 balls, 1 strike here at this at-bat. In the top of the 8th. Strike 1, or strike 2, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Carpenter fires into the other batter's box. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Ball is hit high into center field. It's Carson Sims who makes the catch. And the Hornets get themselves out of the top of the 8th. Heading into the bottom, they'll be at the plate, seeing if they can walk it off. Back after this for more Henley baseball on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Welcome back to Henley Baseball on MyBasin.com. The Hornets entering the bottom of the 8th. They're up to bat as they escaped last inning without a run scored by Tilamook here in extra innings. Next up to bat, number 19, Jacoby Takini. So it's going to be Jacoby Takini, then Ian Meyer, and then Hayden Poor. But right now at bat is Jacoby Takini. Takini looks at that one go by, an off-speed pitch freezes him up. Count now 0-1. Peyton Troxel still on the mound for the Cheesemakers. He'll throw it into the other batter's box, just a bit outside. Count now 1-1. No outs. Takini. Watches that one go by, a little bit low. Count now 2-1 here at Bob Williams Field in the Dalles. Boy, it sure is a beautiful day. I don't know if there's anywhere I'd rather be here for this sunny spring break day than on the field. Number 19, Jacoby Takini with a great base hit. That's our number 2, or that's our catcher. Let's see if he gets a courtesy runner. All right, he will get a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 17, Harley Hoblet.
Senior, second baseman player number 15, Ian Meyer.
Next up to bat, number 15, Ian Meyer. So Hoblet on first for the Hornets. Meyer up to bat. No outs. A great base hit from Takini to start things off for us in the bottom of the 8th. Ian decides to bunt. It'll be a foul ball. Count 0-1. Ian Meyer up to the plate. Troxel pitching for the Cheesemakers. Harley Hoblet barely gets back to first as Maciel tries to throw him out from behind home. He'll get back. He'll be safe. So runner stays at first. Count 1-1. Troxel fires. Ian Meyer trying to bunt. Not sure what he's doing there. He looks like a little bit of a chip.
Good job, Walter. He's not shooting that, so you better put something in play.
Meyer. Count now 1-2. Meyer has to hit something here. Maybe poke it into a gap in the field or something. But Harley Hoblet still at first. Troxel taking his time there on the mound. There we go. Why didn't he try that from the beginning? Ian Meyer puts one into the gap. Runners now on first and second for the Hornets. No outs still. Next up to bat, number 4, Max Price.
Junior, number 4, Max Price.
Price up to bat here. Troxel still on the mound for the Cheesemakers, yet to get an out this inning. Price bunts it. That'll advance the runners, and Troxel with some indecision there. He thought about going first, but then thought about getting the lead runner out, and then decided to go first again, but by that time, Max Price had already beat it out. So, what could have been an easy out to sacrifice bunt turns into a base hit for Max Price. Runners on first, second, and third. As Derek Cox is able to foul that one off. Cox has put the bat on the ball this whole game. He's been on it. He's had lots of foul balls. Let's see if he can put one into play here. Cox, with no outs, has an opportunity to walk things off for the Hornets. Here in the 8th inning. Troxel comes set. Cox, a swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. Cox. A little bit snug to the plate there. Reaches for one. He'll foul things off into the parking lots.
Oh, right under the dumpster. Or right next to it, I guess.
And he'll stay alive in this at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. Tied up 3-3. No outs. Bases loaded for the Hornets. Derek Cox up to the plate. Troxel comes set. Unleashes one. It's high. Count now 1-2. The sun finally out of our eyes here up in the press box, as we've been playing now for almost 2.5 hours. Troxel fires one home. Cox fouls it off just behind him. Count 1-2. Derek Cox up in the batter's box. He'll hit one foul, just missing his teammate Harley Hoblet on the base path. Count 1-2 still. He'll stay alive. No outs. Boy, Kevin Hurleman can't feel too good about this one. He had the Hornets 3-1 when he stepped off the mound in the 7th inning. He pitched all game long, held the Hornets to 1 score all game long, and then he had to step out. He reached his pitch count, and we're all tied up in the bottom of the 8th with the chance for the Hornets to walk things off here. Peyton Troxel comes set. Strikes him out. Gets him looking. Next up to bat, number 12, Corbin Hamilton.
For the Hornets, a junior, we're number 12, Corbin
Hamilton is our first baseman. He hit a home run the other day. I say that every time he comes up to the plate, but he was our first Hornet to hit a home run this season. He's got bragging rights.
Thank you.
He also hit a 2 RBI double. Troxel comes set. Fires one in. Corbin Hamilton watches that one go by. Strike one. Ball one. Just a little bit outside. Good eye for Hamilton. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Hornets as they're tied 3-3. Troxel on the mound. Fires one in. Corbin Hamilton hits the gap, and that's the walk-off base hit for Corbin Hamilton as Harley Hoblet runs in. The Hornets win 4-3. I'll be right back on mybasin.com for a bit of a post-game show as the Hornets win 4-3 in extra innings. Back after this.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Hi, I'm Jill with Klamath Falls Honda. If you live in Southern Oregon, you know the weather can keep you guessing. 1 minute it can be sunny, and the next something like this. That's why vehicles like the Honda Ridgeline just make sense. With available all-wheel drive and the capability to handle whatever rolls in, you're ready for it. And customers like Rob are ready too.
Couldn't have picked a better day.
So whether it's sunshine or snow, stop by and say hi. We'll keep you safe on the road.
Welcome back to Hornets Baseball on mybasin.com. Your final score, the Hornets beat Tilamook 4-3. They'll walk it off with a single from number 12, Corbin Hamilton. So there we go. In extra innings, it was the bottom of the 8th in which they walked it off. I mean, I want to say shout out, hats off to Kevin Herleman, who held the Hornets at bay until they had 1 out left to go in the 7th inning. The Hornets scored 2 after that. There were 2 outs when Herleman stepped off the mound, and the Hornets scored 2 after that, forcing extra innings, and then they'll walk it off in the 8th inning. So here we go. The Hornets go 4-4 in this tournament as we'll head home after this. I'd like to give a big thank you to Athletic Director Jim Taylor here in the Dalles. Also, a big thank you to the organizers of this event. Thank you for having us up here in the press box. That way all of you, the fans, can see this. For Walter Hartley and the Henley Hornets, I'm going to say good afternoon. We're going to head home. See ya.